So morning guys, welcome to back and neck posture. We'll start off with some exercises for the neck and talk around kind of posture around the neck, and then we'll get on to more thoracic areas, thoracic mobility. So the thoracic spine is mid-spine, and then from there also a few kind of strengthening exercises as well, strengthening strategies. Again, just to be able to pull your shoulder blades further back, sit the chin back towards the rear of the room rather than the front of the room. So rather than having a chin poke, we want a chin tuck. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is a cervical and thoracic. So cervical is the neck, cervical spine is the neck, thoracic spine is the mid spine. We're going to do a cervical and thoracic roll down. So all you're going to do is tuck the chin in, bring the chin to the chest, and then shrug the shoulders down. So there's no leaning forward. Okay, we're not working the lumbar spine, the lower back. Again, this is kind of upper back and neck as such. So starting off, either in a chair, you can do this in standing or sitting on the floor. It doesn't really make a massive difference at all. I'm just doing it sat in a chair because it's nice and comfortable. And what you want to do first is just tuck your chin in. So I call it kind of the filing cabinet move. So rather than having a chin poke, you want the chin tucked. So it's not up and down, it's just forward and in. Okay, so think about being in first before you start. You're then going to slowly drop the chin down to the chest. And you're just thinking about bringing the shoulders down as far as you can before you actually start having to lean forward. You're just trying to gain almost a slump in the chair, and then you just start to unravel, coming up and then looking up towards the ceiling. So all we're doing to start with is just basically just flexing and extending the neck, tucking back in, coming back down into flexion, and then rolling the shoulders down. Again, it's not a massive movement, it's just to start warming up through the neck and the upper back a little bit. Okay, again, tuck in and tuck down, so bring your chin down to your breastbone, and then slumping the shoulders down, so that's flexion. Extension, again, you're extending the mid-back, you'll probably feel your mid-back come off the chair, and then you start to kind of look up towards the ceiling, so you go into neck extension, and then the next going back down into flexion. It's going then into retraction, so you're chucking the chin in, then down into flexion, and again then rolling down, and then you'll feel your shoulders come down towards your hips, and you'll get to a point where you physically can't get any further, and that's when you start to unravel again the mid-back and the upper back, shoulders come back, start to look up towards the ceiling and looking up nice and high and stopping there. So that's a bit of a Pilates move. You usually do a full kind of roll down, but again, that's just adapted for kind of thoracic and C-spine. Something you can easily do in your chair at home or in the office or something like that. So nice and easy. Number two, okay, we want to focus on rotation at the neck. So all we're doing is looking round over one shoulder, hold for a second, and then you're just going to turn around and go to the other side. So you're getting a really nice self-assessment tool with this one as well, just to see if you kind of limited one side more than the other. You may have what's called facet joint irritation, or one facet joint is locked up a little bit, so your rotation may be stiff at one side, or it may be muscular in nature. You may have had a spasm of the upper traps or something like that, they feel really tight, or they're overworked and they feel tight. It's quite common as well. So just keep looking over from one shoulder to the other. Again, kind of target of these first few exercises is just to get your neck moving a little bit more. Oiling up those joints essentially. And just get a little bit more movement. Last couple through. Over the shoulder. See if you can get a little bit further around each time. And then over to the other side. Good, stopping there. Now we're going to come into our strengthening exercises. Okay, so exercise number 3 is going to be that chin tuck. So you're trying to bring the chin in. I use a couple of fingers just as a bit of a kind of marker, bit of feedback. And think about these deep neck flexors working, okay, rather than always just trying to bring the shoulder blade to tuck the chin down. Okay, think about relaxing the shoulders down and just tucking the chin in. You're trying to give yourself a double chin, okay? My demonstration will be okay, but not the best because I still need to actually be able to talk, okay? But ideally, you're trying to really tuck yourself back, give yourself that double chin, okay? And again, I call it the filing cabinet because you're coming in and out. It's that filing cabinet maneuver. It's not up and down, okay, guys? We're going to go for 10-second holds, so just have a little practice on this first set. Think about tucking the chin in, And we're going to hold for 10 seconds there. And again, just try and hold it there. And again, try not to crunch the head down. Try and stay looking forward. And then relax. So it's good to relax in between. Feel that opposition movement so you know what you're kind of fighting against. And then 3, 2, 1. Chin tuck again. Give yourself a double chin. 2, 1. And 0, and relax. Okay, relax in between. Again, feel that kind of opposite movement, and then again switch it back on. 10 seconds in. And then relax in there. Okay guys, we're going to make it a little bit harder next, and all we're going to do is add an isometric in for cervical extension. So the muscles that extend the head back, extend the neck. All we're going to do for that, hands, okay, just palms, back of the head, okay, and you're just going to gently push back into your hands, okay. As you do that, think about having the chin tuck as well. So now we're working these deep neck flexors whilst working the extensors as well. So now we're trying to hold a good position around the neck, okay. We're still going to be doing it for 10 seconds. And we'll start off with 3 repetitions, okay, so just get used to the exercise. So guys, hands behind the head, okay, push back against the head and think about tucking that chin in as well and hold there. So you feel it's a little bit more difficult this time. Again, feel free to have your back off the chair, just so you start to work to those upper back muscles as well. 3, 2, and 1. And again, relax there. Okay, feel free to bring your shoulders down in between. And again, I feel like I need to get my neck moving again. And again, hands around the back of the head. Chin tuck, and then push with the arms. Okay, push, push, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So chin in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Coming down there. Okay. So we're working to be able to extend the head, drive the head back, but whilst also keeping the chin tucked. So not just sticking again the chin out as you extend the chin, still back in that position. Okay, last time through, guys. Pushing there, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Stop from there. Coming down. Okay, so that's kind of a cervical extension or neck extension movement with deep neck flexor isometric added in as well. Okay, we'll come back to the start. Okay, so we'll just practice the roll downs again. Again, think about chin tucking in, then coming into your chest, and then you're kind of rolling down with the shoulders. Once you get to that point, I can actually feel already I'm getting slightly further. Once you get to a point where you can't get any further, you start to bring the shoulders up, unraveling that mid-back, shoulders come back, and then you're looking up towards the ceiling. And then you're slowly coming back down, tuck your chin in again, chin down to the chest, and then you're slumping yourself back down. You'll feel that flexion, so you'll be pushing back against the chair. The shoulders come down, and then you come up again, you start to unravel, shoulder blades pull back, and then you start to look up to the ceiling as far as you can. Then you come back down. Again, feel free to do it a lot slower than I am, guys. Chin tucked. Again, I'm not particularly in any pain with my neck or back at the moment, so I can quite comfortably go at this pace, but it is quite tender. And just think about slowing it down. Slow movements. Okay, back up to the ceiling. And then back to the start, and we're just going to pause there. Okay, guys, finish that last roll down, and then just start coming into your rotation. So looking round, and again, predominantly looking at under the neck here. Again, if you want to work that posture, again, come off the back of the chair, keep the shoulders pulled back, and again, just look around from right to left. And again, it doesn't have to be a quick movement. There can be a pause there as well at the end of each range of movement. So each time you come round, you can kind of pause, just see how much further around you can get. Yeah, again. And back to the middle. Okay, guys. First couple, we'll just practice that chin tuck again. So think about tucking the chin in. Okay, and then we're going to time there 10 seconds. Again, double chin. Stay looking forward. Just be able to hold that chin onto your chest. And relaxing there. Okay. Again, just feel the opposite movement. So let the chin come back out. And then again, switch it back on, tuck the chin in, and hold. 2, 1, and 0. Coming back out. Now, guys, we're going to add in, again, back of the head and the hold. Okay, that's sweat comes to my eyes from the earlier cardio class. Ignore me playing around with my glasses. Hands around the back of the head. Okay, push. And then again, tuck the chin and hold there. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Relaxing there. So you're tucking in and pushing back. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and push again. Tuck it in, push back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 there. Good. And feel free to use those upper back muscles as well. So you probably noticed I just came back a little bit further at the end there. Again, try not to slouch too much. 3, 2, and 1. Open out again. Chin tucked up short if you can. Hold, hold, hold. Good posture. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And again, guys, really easy one to add more resistance or less resistance. More resistance, push harder. Less resistance, ease up. Okay. We'll go third time round. Okay, back to the start. So again, you should be getting much better at these roll downs now. Think about tucking the chin in and down to the chest, and then slumping your body down. If you imagine each level of the vertebra as, say, a marble, you're trying to almost move one marble over the next, you're unraveling that line of marbles as you come up. Marbles or pearls, as it described to me as before. So you're trying to move one over the other, over the other, over the other, over the other, over the other. As you come down. And as you come up, you're trying to unravel them, trying to get that straight line of marbles again, coming back up. And looking up there. Good. High as you can. Come back down, tuck the chin in, chin back down to the chest. And then again, slump yourself back down. And then coming back up, unravels back off the seat. And looking up to the ceiling as high as you can. And then back to the start. And then we go in rotations. So again, just looking over each shoulder. Feel free to do these. If you find that you keep sitting back into the chair and just slouching, okay, try and do this on the floor maybe instead. Just so you're actually starting to work those torso muscles that hold you up. And you're not just relying on using a chair, sitting on the chair. So feel free to do these in standing or in a seated position, but without a back rest. Last couple through, guys, looking over shoulder to shoulder. Back to the middle. Okay, next is going to be our chin tuck again, guys. Okay, with the isometric behind the back of the head. So get him ready, hands behind the back of the head. Push back against his hands, and then tuck that chin in 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Very serious face when you do that. And again, 2 seconds off, allow that tissue to rest. Hands back in position and push again, and tuck. And relaxing there. Okay, we're going once more through, so it's a drive back and also a chin tuck. Okay, so we're getting the neck doing more than one movement, working more than one muscle group, and trying to get that isometric contraction, being able to hold the neck in a good position. And 3, 2, 1, push again. Again, upper back off the chair, give yourself a chin. 3, 2, 1, 0, relaxing there. Good stuff. Okay, so that's your first 15 minutes worth of exercises there. Next we'll be going more to kind of the mid-back, pulling the shoulder blades back, and exercises to address that. Number 1, we're going to do, okay, there's a wall angel. We just did it as part of our last class. It's really useful exercise to, again, get you opening the chest and the front of the shoulder out. So if there's any tightness or stiffness there, you can address that. But at the same time, you're actually holding a contraction and you're using a wall to press against as a bit of resistance. Okay, so you're adding strength through that movement. You're adding friction, adding resistance, therefore you're strengthening those upper back muscles. So you'll need a wall. If you don't have a wall, you can still do the exercise. You just kind of have to imagine the position, imagine the contraction you're trying to hold. Actually bringing the hands overhead. Again, I'm hitting the ceiling. I'm going to do it in seated today, just so you can, I know you should be able to see me there. Perfect. I'll just slouch down a little bit with my feet out in front. Again, don't worry too much about what's going on lower body today. Okay, we're not trying to address lower back as such as well. We're just trying to get that upper back working. So if your feet are quite far away, don't worry too much. Just think about having elbows against the wall, shoulder blades back against the wall, hands back against the wall. Okay. If you feel kind of your hips coming really forward, then yes, you've probably got a very tight back, tight mid-back. Okay, again, you can play around with the angle and see what's easiest to get the hands on the wall. Once you're there, you're then just pushing it up above head, okay, for me to the ceiling, and then coming back down. Okay, the whole time you're trying to keep friction against the wall, trying not to let your bum come too far forward. Okay, so you're trying to actually work on that ability to rotate at the shoulders and be able to reach overhead and then come back down. Again, you don't need to do many of these guys to feel a good burn in the shoulders. Just think about pushing up, 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 up. Keep friction against the wall and then coming back down and stuff in there. Good stuff. So again, guys, you think about opening up, you're thinking about outwards rotation, external rotation at the shoulder, okay? Thinking about pulling the shoulder blades back together. So imagine you're pinching with a pencil between the shoulder blades, and you're always trying to keep contact with the wall as well. Not only just for posture, so you're not forward, so you're actually back and holding that posture, but also for strength. So get a bit of friction and resistance against that wall. Okay. Number 2, another exercise against the wall. If you kneel down, I've got my right leg against the wall to my right, and that right leg's against it there. My left knee is on the floor, okay. I've got both hands together, and we're just going to do a wall opener. So you're going to reach round and try and twist and get the arm flat on the other side of the wall. So again, a really nice way to get thoracic spine, mid spine rotating. It's also using the upper back to pull that shoulder blade round, bring yourself to the opposite wall. Okay, see how far you can get. Again, we're going to be doing it both sides, so it's another useful assessment to see if you've got any differences from side to side. So if this is one where you feel it's really difficult, actually reach round, you can only get here, and you know, okay, this is the side I need to work on. Not only is it a test, but it's an exercise. So again, you can just use it as an exercise as well to see how far around you can get. Okay guys, around 5 there, so we'll switch sides. Again, after wall angels, you'll probably actually feel that a little bit as well in your shoulder blades, rhomboids, upper back muscles. So again, left knee against the wall, hands together, open it out and round. And for me, I'm actually noticing that I'm actually struggling to hit the wall this side. So I know that rotating to the right is probably the exercise I want to be practicing a little bit more. Okay guys, again getting to around kind of 5 repetitions, nice and slow, and then stopping there. Okay. From there again, feel free to give those shoulders a good kind of shrug up in between. Next exercise, guys, we're going to use a towel, or if you've got a tea towel, a t-shirt, anything like that, vest, just roll it up, okay, so it's nice and you've got a fairly thin kind of towel. This is going to be more of a kind of neck exercise. I also want you to think about bringing your shoulder blades back as well. So we're going to kind of combine thoracic spine and cervical spine next and bring them up into extension. So what you want to do is, if you've got the towel nice and thin, or whatever you're using at home, again, towel, tea towel. If you don't have anything, guys, use 2 fingers, grip on the back of your neck with this one, okay, and hold. If you've got a tea towel, bring that over the back of the neck, okay. Don't worry too much about where you're placing it to start with. I'll talk you through that later on. You're pulling the tea towel forward with quite a lot of force, okay. You're not only pulling forward, but you're pulling up slightly. And I just want you to do what we did at the start and just look up overhead to the top of that roll down. Okay. And you should find, because you're applying a distraction at the back of the vertebra here, you're pushing forward, it opens up a joint. You should be able to find you can get a little bit further than usual. Think again about pulling those muscles, you're setting the upper back, nice and strong through the upper back, and then you're looking up above head. Okay, so it's a rowing, a pulling movement, okay, but you're not just coming forward, you're keeping the elbows wide still, pulling the shoulder blades, pinching them back together, and then looking up overhead, okay. Pull back down, pull up, and look up to the ceiling. And pull, look up, slowly back down, and again. Beauty of this again is if you feel, oh, okay, that's quite easy, but you move a tiny bit higher up with the tea towel and pull there, oh, that's quite stiff. Again, that's the segment you want to work on. That's the vertebra you want to kind of give a good pull to first. It eases a bit of joint space at the front, and then hopefully you get a much higher chin up with your looking at base exercise, your extension exercise, coming back down there. Good. So again, that was around kind of 5, 6 with those, and hopefully the neck's feeling a little bit freer after that as well. We're going to come back to the first exercise, the kind of the second group we've looked at, and we're going to look at wall angels again. So guys, finding yourself some space, elbows against the wall, bring them up a bit if you can. Can you get your hands on the wall? You may find the ribs and the bum come off a little bit, okay? That's fine, just keep battling against that. So try not to let the ribs flare. If they are, again, don't worry too much about it, but just try and think about ribs down, back against the wall, and then reaching up overhead. Okay, so again, we'll just reach up. Elbows come down, and then hands go up. You can try and maintain contact with the wall. And can you switch those abs on, keep the ribs down, and then reach up overhead. Again, not a particularly rushed movement. Nice and slow. Go one more, and go just over 30 seconds. Reach up to the ceiling. Again, try and keep the hands, back of the hands, feel mine almost coming off. Going down there and relaxing there. Again, guys, if you want to just finish up 1 or 2 more, brilliant. Next, we're going to be coming back to our thoracic wall exercise, just where we're opening up against the wall. So I'm going to start off with my right foot, left knee on the floor, right knee against the wall. back of my right hand against the wall, left hand touching the right hand, and then I'm opening up and around. You're pulling that shoulder around, and I'm rotating. Good. Couple more through. And stuck in there. Again, guys, feel free to finish up the last couple of repetitions, and then we're just changing sides. So now again on my right knee, got my left knee against the wall, flat against the wall, left hand, and I'll open that right hand up and round. I've got this, I can pull myself around a bit further with. And try and keep that knee against the wall. Good, hard exercise. Keep that shoulder against the wall the whole time. It's 5 there. Good. Okay, guys, going back to our towel exercise. This time, I'm just going to do what I do in the car on a long drive. I'm just going to use these 2 fingers. Okay. Again, if you've got a talisman at home, then use it. The benefit to this is you get more tactile feedback. You're able to actually feel what segment you're on of the neck. So the really knobbly part at the top, you can feel the C7. So I'm kind of just above that. I'm pulling, and then I'm poking and I'm looking up. Okay. Again, think about posture, back off the chair. I'm going to come up a section, I'm going to push, come up, and then look up. Yeah, not quite the same pull as you use in a towel, but a good substitution if you don't have one. Again, pull tight, and look up towards the ceiling. And you don't end up crushing your fingers, and you squeeze against the towel if you've got one. And you'll usually find you get a bit further. So again, if you can get this, your hands are away from the neck, so you can just come up and you can look up even further. So again, if you've got a towel at home, guys, then use it. Last one through, squeeze, pull, and come up with it. So you come back down. Again, guys, don't worry about keeping it with me. If it's a particularly tight segment, you want to do a couple of extra repetitions, then go for it. Also, if you find you stiffer on rotation one way or side flexion one way, really easy thing to do. As you pull, just look up towards one side as well. Okay, we'll do that on our 3rd and final set round and just have a little practice with that movement just so you can give it a try. Okay, but first of all, guys, back to again, first exercise, back to the wall angel. Think about opening out, keeping it back against the wall, not allowing the hands to fall forward. Okay. Not allowing the shoulders to fall forward. Shoulders, blades back, arms up, and then friction against the wall. Okay. And this will be, again, 3rd and final set. So wall angels, wall rotations, and then our little towel trick coming up into extension. Okay. So wall angels, again, flat against the wall. Push up and into the wall. Above head. Slowly control the contraction back down. Push up above head. Slowly control contraction back down. Okay, if you can use a mirror, or you've got like me, a laptop in front of you, you can watch yourself. So I notice my right arm's probably not as quick as the left. A little bit less mobile. Again, I can feel my ribs coming off. I can see my ribs coming off the wall. So just try to push those back as it gets to the top, which is really difficult. Give one more repetition, give yourself up a tiny bit. Push, keep that chin tucked as well, don't poke your chin out. Again, don't undo the hard work you did at the start. And stuck in there, so that's 5 there, guys. Okay, Next, we're just going to open out against the wall. So again, feel free to finish your last repetition whilst I'm talking. Right knee against the wall, right hand against the wall, and I'm opening out to the left of the room. Turn, 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 turn. Okay, keep that chin tucked. Don't poke your chin out. So again, think about those cues, even from the neck-based exercises coming into the thoracic or upper back exercises as well. Or even when you're doing something like, say, cycling, something you hold you forward on the handlebars, think about keeping that chin tucked in, okay? Just hang on. Those traps, don't overwork them. They don't need to be. Next again, left side of the wall, so right knee down, left knee against the wall, a tiny bit closer. Just open out and down. And think about what's rotating, think about what's moving. You get a better awareness, better neuromuscular control. So think about the thoracic spine twisting, thinking about those muscles pulling you around into rotation. But just think about what's happening as well, what you're trying to achieve with the exercise. You're trying to open out through thoracic spine, through mid-back, and get the shoulders moving as well. And 5 there, so come down. Again, feel free to kneel on something or use carpet whilst you're doing that at home. Last time through, guys. Tea-towel if you've got it, otherwise you can use a pillowcase, an old t-shirt. Pillowcases work quite well actually, because you can roll them up quite easily. Thin tea towels rather than the thicker cotton ones tend to work better. Again, just so you can get quite a small segment you can pinch, so that can literally be quite pinpoint and accurate. Again, if it's quite tender when you do this exercise, feel free to use something a bit thicker. It's absolutely fine. Okay, and again, pull tight and up, and then you're looking out towards the ceiling. Back down, and again, back towards the ceiling. And like I said, we'll play around with the rotation as well. So, well, as you extend, just rotate and look, almost if you're going to look over one shoulder. Just see how it feels. Then try the other way. So, pull on. Again, I can feel my lower back against the chair. So now I'm going to work those muscles a bit harder. I'm just sat nice and upright. Shoulders are pulled back. Even though I'm pulling this forward, shoulder blades are back. And again, I'm thinking about looking up and over the shoulder. Coming back down. The shoulder. Again, it doesn't have to be quick. If you're watching at home, again, feel free to go slower than I am. Whatever feels comfortable, feel free to go quicker as well. Just as long as you're getting to the end of that range of movement, you can't get any further. And then you slowly come back in. Okay. So put the chin in, towel coming down, finish up your last repetition. And that's around, again, 15 minutes of work around the neck, around 18 minutes of work on kind of mid-back, shoulder blades, and just thinking about posture, coming backwards, keeping that pencil between the shoulder blades pinched and pulled back. Okay. As usual, guys, any questions, jack@energizedtherapy.com, any questions about the exercises or anything else? Again, each week we will usually add in a few different exercises and kind of keep our staples and keep thinking about that chin tuck movement. Otherwise, feel free to put anything in the comments box or the chat box below.